Hey everyone, welcome back to another weekly Bitcoin versus miners comparison video. So we're going to look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, then we're going to look at all the miners that I cover right now, see how they did during the week. Then we'll take a look to see which one did the worst, which one did the best, and we'll take a look at the 4-week and 8-week charts as well to see if you bought back in 4 weeks ago or 8 weeks ago, if you'd be still positive or negative on your purchase. So let's get into the charts here. And as always, guys, this is for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Please always do your own research. Don't fall for scams. And spam posts get reported and removed. All right, so here we go. Here's Ethereum right now. So Ethereum is at 4,395 right now. It has obviously bounced off of the 50-day moving average here nicely in the last 2 days, and today is obviously up above it, so that's good to see. We're trying to get above, obviously, the 20-day moving average here on the red, which is at right around 4,500. So we'll see if that happens. Obviously, for the last 5 days, everything's been going down along with Bitcoin and everything else. So let's take a look at Bitcoin here really quick. Bitcoin is obviously down from its high of 69,000. We are at right now at 59,432. The good thing is that we are above the 57,000, which was our support here. And we bounced off of it, and we're above it right now. And then we're battling with the 50-day moving average. And the 20-day average is obviously where we want to be above in order to continue on with this bull run. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. RSI is really good. RSI is at 45 on it right now, which obviously gives us plenty of room to run up. But we'll have to obviously kind of keep an eye on it, see what happens there. So obviously the mining stocks got beat up bad this week. Some got beat up more than others. Hive obviously announced their earnings 4 days ago, 4 or 5 days ago. I think it was 4 days ago that they announced them. Good quarter for them. They are at 420 right now. They were at 560 obviously before they had a halt in trading and provided basically a news release that they're going to be diluting shares even further with a 100 million Canadian offering. But they're at 420 right now, so they had a nice bounce yesterday a little bit. They were up 6.87% on the day yesterday. So that was a good to see. Obviously we hit a low of around $3.67 it looks like. On Thursday, and we have bounced off of it. Most of the mining stocks did really well yesterday, came back pretty good. HUT also had a pretty bad week along with everybody else. In the last 5 days, everybody dropped pretty good. But they are at 1322 right now. They were up 5.59% on the day yesterday, and they're right now showing that they're up in the after hours as well. So the good thing is HUT, when did they provide their earnings? They provided their earnings last week, I believe. Not this week, but last week. So they provided their earnings. Everybody else, so did everybody else. But right now, yeah, they hit a high of 1657. That was almost, what was that? Almost 8 to 10 days ago. And then Bitfarms is at 818 right now. Bitfarms was at 936 and it's down to 818 right now. It has obviously pulled up pretty nice on yesterday, but it's been kind of flat here. Look at this line here. It's been trading pretty flat, getting a little up and down, but it's trading kind of sideways right now, right around the $8 range. It is obviously above the 20-day, 50-day, 100 and 200-day moving averages, which is good to see. RSI is not too bad. It's at 61. And then there's not much news for them right now. They reported their earnings last week, so the week prior, I believe. Oh, let's take a look at here. Mara is at 54.68. Mara obviously got really beat up from a high of 83.45. They had some news come out that the SEC is investigating their Texas plant build out. So we'll have to see what that entails. But they obviously had a nice bounce here on Friday. They are at 54.68 and they were up 6.26% on the day. And they also reported their earnings a week prior as well. Riot here is at 36.18 right now, so it's up 7.58% on the day yesterday. It is above the 20-day moving average, the 50-day, and the 100-day. Or actually, it's below the, 200, they're below the 200-day moving average. But they're up on the 20-day moving average, which is good to see. They obviously came down from 46.28. They reported their earnings also. Oh, when did they report theirs? This week. So we got that video out also on that one. If we look at Argo, Argo was at 208 at its peak here a couple of days ago, and it's obviously come back down to $1.83, and it is below the 200-day moving average and above the 20, 50, and the 100-day moving averages. But they're all really condensed here, really pretty tight. So we want to make sure that they stay above that as well. Digihost is at 560 right now. It was up yesterday just 0.36%, but in the after hours it went up pretty well. It went up 7.86%. So Digihost obviously got beat up as well from $8 all the way down to went down to almost 545, and it is right now below the 20-day moving average and holding there for now. At least we'll see what Monday and Tuesday brings for us. Obviously, with Bitcoin going up, I think all of these stocks are going to probably go back up on Monday and Tuesday as long as Bitcoin stays up and continues to go up. Cleanspark also has gotten beat down a little bit from 2360 as the high here recently. It went as low as approximately 1657. It is at $18 right now, so it was up 4.9% on the day yesterday. And then after hours, it's up marginally, up 5 cents right now. Cleanspark did provide us a little update, a news. This was on yesterday, on Friday, that they purchased an additional 2,597 miners that are going to be added in right away. So that's going to obviously increase their hash rate here relatively quickly. And then we got also Mauston Infrastructure. Mauston is at 1122. It was up the highest out of all of them yesterday at 11.64%. And it is right now below the 50-day and below the 200-day, or the 50-day and the 20-day moving averages. It's battling with the 50-day and it's hoping to get above the 20-day average. No real news here on these guys. They reported their earnings, what was it, earlier this week? On Monday, I believe they provided their earnings. So video out on that one is out as well already. So let's take a look at that. Let's just go look at, see if there's anything as far as analyst changes. I don't think there is. I haven't seen anything for them or institutions. So this is Hive. The latest report was 1031. Hut 8, 1031, so that was the latest. So we probably won't get any updates until the end of this month on them. The analysts are still the same. Bitfarms, same here. 1031. Mara, 1031 was the latest. Analysts, still the same on analysts. Riot, the analysts are the same. So, yeah. So I don't think anything's going to change until the following month that we might get an update on institutions changing. Analysts, same thing, 1031. Target is still the same. Cleanspark, one analyst, strong buy. Okay, I think this is a change here. Cleanspark has changed from a pretty strong buy here to $50 or 42. Wow. So this is obviously good news to see here. Institutions, I got to keep track of these, so I'll probably create a spreadsheet when I do these weekly and then provide how many are covering it, analysts, what their high, average, and low is, and we'll see what that changes throughout the weeks. So that's on me to do. And then Mauston has a buy rating with $15 per share, and institutions haven't reported anything since 9:30. Okay, so let's get into the numbers here. So here are the latest numbers, latest and greatest. So Bitcoin is obviously up or down on the week, 6,000. Bitfarms was down 40 cents. Hive was down 12 cents. Hut 8 was down $2.06. Marathon obviously got really beat up, down $21. Riot, it was down 8. Argo is down 14 cents. Digihost is down $1.93. Cleanspark is 3.42, and Mawson is down 1.70. So based on these, it looks like Marathon is down the most, along with Digihost at 25% on the week compared to last week. And then the one that has gone down the least is actually Hive, which is surprising. I was surprised by that number. So we got Hive followed by Bitfarms, then Argo, and I guess it would be Bitcoin going down the lowest on this week. On the 4 weeks, we're looking at, excuse me, percentage change wise, we have Bitfarms up 59.7%, so they're the ones that are doing the best. We got Riot at 32%, followed by, I guess it would be Hive up 18%, and then everybody else is below that, and some of them are actually losing money, like Cleanspark is actually down on the 4 weeks at 11%, which is the highest. Then if we look at the 8 weeks here, we got Bitcoin up actually 20%, Bitfarms up 62.6%, Hive being up 51%, Hut 8, 42%, Mara being 64%, and then Marathon being 38%, and Cleanspark up 43%, and these guys are below that. So not a great week for the miners. Some of them did better than others. Obviously, Marathon got its butt kicked. Hive, surprisingly, did the best here. It was only down 2.78%. So let's take a look at the charts here really quick. So here's a chart of everything that happened this week for the weekly percentage gain and loss. So we can see Marathon obviously did the worst, followed by Digihost, and then the best ones was Hive, followed by Bitfarms, and then Argo, in that order. And then if we look to 4 weeks ago, so if you bought 4 weeks ago, basically, you would still be in green with Bitfarms, Hive, Marathon, Riot, and Mawson. You'd be barely up on Digihost, and then you would be down on Cleanspark, Hut 8, and on Bitcoin. So Bitfarms obviously did a fantastic job here in the last 4 weeks. It's up the most. Now if we look at the last 8 weeks, percentage gain, if you bought 8 weeks ago, you would be up on Bitcoin in 20%. Bitfarms would be up 62%. Hive, you'd be up 51%. Hut 8, you would be 42%. And Marathon, you'd still be 64%. So even as Marathon has come back down quite a bit, you would still be way up, obviously, if you bought 8 weeks ago. But right now, if we look at it, let me see here, to this week, yeah, for the past 4 weeks, it's only up 4.67%. So if you bought 4 weeks ago, you wouldn't be in such a great shape. And then if you bought last week, you'd be really good. So that might be a good buying opportunity for anybody out there looking to dollar cost average in on some of these stocks. So Marathon, obviously Digihost, and Riot, possibly Cleanspark would be a good time to get in dollar cost average. And then on the 8 weeks, we're looking at Riot at 38, Argo at 9.94, Digihost at 16.67, Cleanspark is up 43.66, and Mauston is up 18.98. So best performing one in the 8 weeks, obviously Marathon and Bitfarms, followed by, looks like Hive, and then Cleanspark. So even though Bitcoin's up 20%, these miners are doing a lot better than Bitcoin itself is. So if you bought Bitcoin, you would have underperformed most of these here. But if you bought like Mara or Bitfarms, you obviously would have outperformed not only Bitcoin, but some of the other ones. It's all interesting to see there. I don't know if there's anything new that's coming up in the news here for next week. I'll do another video tomorrow, just kind of looking into the week ahead. We did the video on the miner comparison for each of these miners versus miners, so that's out. I think everybody else has provided quarterly reports except for, there's one, I think Cleanspark is the only one that I'm still waiting on the quarterly reports on, I think. I have to look into my notes on that one. But overall, I mean, it was a crappy week for everybody. So if you bought in last week, you were hurting obviously this week. If you bought in weeks prior to that, I think you might still be a little bit up. And then if you bought more than 4 weeks ago, you're probably still doing okay. This might be just a good buying opportunity right now. So that's all I got. Let me know what you guys think of all this. Obviously, things are very fluid in the space. We'll have to keep an eye on if any new miners get installed. If they do get installed, I'll put out a video on it. And then we'll also have to see where the price of Bitcoin is going right now. Right now, it's kind of tough to tell where Bitcoin's going to go. If we look at it here, let me close that out and then go to Bitcoin here. On this chart, you can see that I had this set at 57,000 as the support. Obviously, we went below it twice, 2 days in a row, and then we bounced off it, which is good to see. And then our resistance here is at 61,000, roughly 61,200 or so. And we want to see if we can get past that before we continue on higher. If we don't get past this, we may be looking to go down lower to maybe 53,000 as our next support level, and then obviously 57 becomes our resistance level here. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see where things go from there. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Have a great day. Today's Saturday. Enjoy the time with your families, your friends. Get out there if you have nice weather. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, have a great day.